Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I want to talk about something a little bit different. Now we're all trying to make wealth, we're all trying to grow our wealth, but it's amazing how having the wrong partner can actually destroy a lot of your wealth. And I'm going to make a couple of videos, one from the perspective of a man and one from the perspective of a woman. Today I want to concentrate on you guys out there who are potentially dating the wrong woman or are considering marrying a particular type of woman, which I think can destroy your wealth. And I'm going to give you 10 signs that you're about to marry the wrong woman and she's going to destroy your wealth. So let's get going. Number one, never marry a woman who tries to change you. So if you're into certain things in life and this woman is trying to change your way of being. So for example, if you like going to watch sports, for example, live sports, or you enjoy particularly one day a week meeting up with other friends, and she's trying to change you in that way to mold you in what she only wants to do. So for example, if she only wants to go shopping on the weekends and drags you along and is trying to change you, that's a bad sign. And in the future, that will probably lead to a breakup in the relationship or a marriage. So that's sign number one. She should never try to change who you are and what you like. Number two, and this is really important, she's not interested in your family. So if she never asks about, for example, your brother, sister, mother or father, that's a bad sign, because it says she's not really into you that much. She may be only marrying you for a certain reason. Either she can't find anybody else, or you have a certain amount of money or a job that she's interested in the future. Be very wary of that type of woman who's not interested in your family, because most women who are interested in you will ask about your family, your brothers, sisters, mother and father. If your sister has a child, these type of things are very, very important. Number three, and you got to look at her spending habits. Does she only want to spend and not save? If she's that person, you're in trouble, my friend, in the future, because it means you're not going to be rich in the future. You're not going to be well off. You're not going to have enough saved for retirement. And I see this very often, in particular in Britain, where you have a lot of young ladies who are spending. I remember at work a few years ago, there was this particular woman, beautiful looking, but then I thought about asking her out. But when I looked at her habits, and she told me every month she was buying an expensive handbag for £1,000. That's about 1,300 US dollars. That actually sent the shivers through me, because that's a hell of a lot of money. That was almost, I think, it was more than a third of her salary was being spent on a handbag each month. You know, that you've got to look into things like that before you actually date a woman, before you decide to marry a woman. Spending habits like that should send out a red alert. Now, if she's more of a saver and she talks to you about the future and saving for a property, saving for retirement, these are better signs. Number four, you're not yourself around her. So every time she comes along and you're going out or you're with other people, you're just not yourself. You feel as though you have to act in a different way than what you usually do. That's a bad sign. And if you marry her, that's not going to last. That will lead to a breakdown, because eventually when you are yourself, arguments will start. So if you're not yourself around her, that's a sign that this relationship is not going to work. Now, number five, what I've also noticed over the years is that some women enjoy putting you down in front of others. Now, that is a terrible, terrible sign. I think when this happens, you really need actually to leave that woman straight away. Because if she's doing that on a regular basis, she doesn't respect you. She's comparing you to others. So she puts you down and says you have this certain job or you're earning a certain amount of money, and she knows some other guys are earning a lot of money. Then if she's so unhappy about that, why is she with you in the first place? Why is she putting you down? You shouldn't be together. That's it. A woman has to be with you for what you are. She shouldn't be putting you down, and particularly in front of others. Number six, and this is I hate this type of woman. She doesn't discuss things seriously with you. She blames you for everything that's going wrong in the relationship. So we all have bad moments in relationships, but when you find that woman that seems to be blaming you for everything, for the TV breaking down, for something going wrong in the home, something going wrong in the relationship, for money problems. She's blaming you all the time. That's a sign that there's something wrong, and perhaps you're in the wrong relationship. And if you do marry her, it'll break down and it'll cost you a lot of money. Number 7, when a woman is over possessive, when she wants to know where you are all the time, there's no trust in what you're doing. So if you're going to see some friends independent of her, and she's calling you all the time, what time are you coming back? Or you're working and she's telling you, why have you worked longer hours? That's a bad sign. I had that one time as well. I had a relationship abroad, and I had this girl on the phone phoning me almost every evening, because I was working very hard. I'm an accountant. I was working very late in the office, and she was calling me, disturbing me almost continuously, almost as if she didn't trust me. And that's a bad sign in the relationship. You really don't want a woman who's over possessive. Number 8, she's kind of manipulating you. So she's always trying to get you to do what she wants to do. She's not really interested in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve. She's always there saying, right, okay, let's go in this direction, without listening to you. She's trying to change the friends you have. She's trying perhaps to take you away from your family as well. She's trying to alienate your family so that she has her all to herself. That's another bad sign, and that's a sign that you're with the wrong person, and that could destroy your wealth in the future. Number 9, and I hear this, opposite attracts. Opposite people attract. I don't think that's true. I really think when you're with somebody, you actually have to have things in common. So if you've got nothing in common with a woman, that's going to be a problem. So what I mean in common, it can mean things like, okay, you believe in the sanctity of marriage and the same religion. For example, you go to church together. That's a very good thing to have in common. You believe in children. So you go into a relationship saying, right from the beginning, that you are both interested in having children. Or you may not be interested in having children. You're finding this down later along in the line of the relationship. In particular, I knew a couple once, and they got married, and they didn't even discuss if they wanted to have children or not. And one wanted to have children, the other one didn't, and they ended up divorcing. It's crazy. I also think things like, for example, I like sports, for example, and if you find somebody who's interested in sports, that's a bonus. That's really good. Or traveling as well. So again, I refer to that relationship I had before. I'm somebody who loves traveling, discovering the world, seeing new places, not necessarily spending a lot of money visiting those places. Where was her idea of going abroad was going in a 7-star hotel in Dubai. That wasn't me. I don't mind going in a 2-star hotel in Rome and discovering Roman ruins, or going to new places like Montenegro and discovering what that's like. Not necessarily spending a lot of money there, but discovering what the place is like. So you've also got to see that as well. If she's that type that her idea of traveling is going to a 7-star hotel in Dubai or a 5-star and spending $500 a night and being manicured, and your idea of traveling is discovering a new place, not necessarily spending a lot, staying in a 3-star hotel for $50 a night, $60 a night, I don't know, in somewhere like Belgrade, but discovering what Serbia's like, that you also have to look into those things. Now, number 10, I want to go back to, for example, a type of woman that brings out the worst in you. You know, that type of woman that niggles you, you're always feeling, oh God, I just I like her physically, she's beautiful, etc. I like presenting her to my friends, but you're never really that happy around her. You start arguing. There's so much arguing going on. There's no serious discussion. You want to discuss about the future, and she talks about niggly things as well. So I've given you 10 reasons to be careful, and I've done this video mainly because I've seen a lot of people actually get married to the wrong people and not consider these 10 points. And these are only 10 of a number of points, but I think these are 10 of the more serious points. And these relationships just end up in divorce. And even if you could be the richer person and you can lose half your wealth to a woman who's got no money. But even if it's 50-50, you'll still end up losing. Even sometimes you could be the male and have 40% of the wealth. She has 60% of the wealth, but you end up spending so much money on lawyers that you both lose out in the end. So you've got to be very, very careful about the woman you're dating. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with these points? Have you got any other points? It'd be great to hear it. Anyway, I've done this from the point of view of the male. Next video will be from the point of view of the female. So it'll be the female and what type of male you shouldn't marry. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video, which is coming up very shortly, and have a great day.